Hello, I'm N.W.O. You're watching Expoz on January 26, 2016, 2:35 a.m. in Birmingham. This is very interesting. This is the difference between the credit score of Americans and the credit score of Chinese. The government of China recently instituted a new program to enforce compliance with the regime. This is what the ACLU recently said. China appears to be leveraging all the tools of this information age: electronic purchasing data, social network, algorithmic sorting to construct the ultimate tool of social control. In China, everyone has a national ID card. And using this card computes automatically, tracks data. I lost my place, I'm sorry. On every citizen, giving each one a credit score. It all appears to be so innocent. It's similar in some ways to what we have, but it's not similar. But in China, a credit score has a tremendous impact on your lifestyle. The house you live in, the car you drive, the ability to deal with personal emergencies, unexpected financial setbacks. Now, in the United States, your credit score is only a measure of your ability to pay back debt. Okay? So here what you look for in China. Your credit score is much different. China's program measures your compliance with government programs and propaganda. They monitor purchases. If you buy the kinds of things that help the economy, like a dishwasher, your credit score goes up. This system also monitors all social networks, like YouTube, Google, Facebook. If you make a post that includes things that the government doesn't want people talking about, then the poster's credit score goes down. Mentions of Tiananmen Square, you remember that little thing there, the chaos in the Chinese stock market, the economic downturn in China brings a personal debt score down, just to mention it. If one of his friends says something out of line in a personal communication, it lowers both of their credit scores. And in China, a low personal credit score means no promotion at work, and that means less income. The combination of less income and less credit severely limits a person's ability to buy a home. A low credit score consigns him and his family to a poor neighborhood and a smaller apartment. It means his kids might not have a place to play, and the quality of his family's health care also goes down. In other words, non-compliance limits the Chinese citizens to buy. Now, does that sound familiar? The book of Revelations warns that he, the false prophet, calls all the small and great, rich and poor, the free and bond, to receive a mark in his right hand or his forehead, save he. I lost my place again. Anyway, in either the name of the beast or the number of his name, Revelations 13, 16 through 17, and we associate this system with the Antichrist, but was actually instituted by the false prophet, or will actually be, and this will be worldwide at that time. We will make it possible or impossible to buy or sell without being, in effect, a member of the party. The Chinese system is a huge step in that direction. It limits the ability to buy and to make money. It chooses other means in the world to control the masses the Antichrist, and the false prophet. They're learning off of this. It says we'll learn this lesson well. While the system is voluntary now, it will be a mandatory by year 2020 here in this country. Over time, the electronic lease age will grow shorter and shorter. In the future, it will watch where people go, who they interact with, if they go to church, and where they go to church. Okay, let me move this up just a little bit. Okay, Hal Lindsey, this is on his show, said the ACLU called the new Chinese system a warning for Americans and their right, and a warning to the whole world. The United States authorities have credited something else that foreshadows the Antichrist, or created, Law enforcement computers now have the ability to give every American a threat score. This is important, guys. The Washington Post ran a story from Fresno, California last week that gives a good example on the way police can use a threat score. While officers raced to a recent 911 call about a man threatening his ex-girlfriend, a police operator or the dispatcher in headquarters consulted a software that scored the person's potential, the suspect's potential for violence, the way the bank might run a credit score. The program scours billions of data points, puts them together, including arrest reports, property records, everything about that man, a credit report, in commercial data, and puts it into commercial databases. Deep web search in the man's social media postings, it calculated his threat level of 3 colored coded scores, the highest a bright red warning. And I'm going to have to cut it short because this is long. But this is what they're doing. This program is under the shadows of 666. From the conservatives down to we now hear that Christians are a threat. We've been hearing that. Just watch the news. Some even label Christians along with terrorists. And this is our own government is doing this. And that's why it is easy to guess why Satan's influence is becoming greater within the White House because of this. I don't want to get mad. Threat score is the prelude of the coming world dictator or New World Order leader. Again, 666. And no one knew this. A believer in the Bible should have a lower threat score, but under the new program, he will be elevated. The future administration might decide that African Americans might be more a threat than white Americans or people with red hair prone to more violence than others. The credit score in China and the threat score in America are both designed to keep and log every aspect of every life, of your life, and they will know more about you than you do. Both programs are the precursor of a chip that will be implanted into all people worldwide. This will enforce compliance to every aspect of everyone's life. Is there any doubt where all this is going? As Alex Jones put it, for the last 20 plus years in his InfoWars, have been warning a soon-to-be prison planet. And I think we're there today. Next is appointing the one who will be the tactical or total enforcement of what is already in place. China and America are not the only ones with this program. Russia, Korea, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Mexico, Africa, France, surrounding countries, of course, everybody's got it. South America and everyone else. In the Middle East, you see it through the Middle East ethnic cleansing via terrorist groups, over 100 strong, 100 groups strong, where this leader takes to the stage. Then the world's newest law will be enforced. Who you are or who you will not see obeying this new leader? Us, the Christians. That's who you won't see obeying him. The freedom fighters in each country, and of course Israel, they'll have no part in it, not at all. And they're not going to bow to no man. And I know why. Their leader is their God. And so there's no false leader that Israel will ever bow to. Although they'll be offered 7 years of peace, Israel will accept, but they will not bow to him. Keep in mind, also, there's a very high probability that Christians around the world will be removed because he cannot come to full power until the Holy Spirit of the Lord, the restrainer, is removed. When he leaves, and since he is inside every saved person, then they too will leave with him. Satan cannot finish his work until the Holy Spirit allows him to. And he is so ready to terrorize this world. He wants to finish his work, and he wants to finish it now. So that says those who are believers in pre-trib rapture, in my mind, get ready to go home. Jordy Wolf Expoz.